Welcome to another episode of Things We Want in FC26. This is one of the biggest shows I do on this channel. It's basically a way for the FIFA community to come together and talk about the things they want in the next FC game. There's going to be a lot to talk about, and for the next couple of months we'll be giving EA our feedback on the things we want. If you do enjoy this show, make sure you leave a like for me, share it with a friend, and make sure you subscribe as well to get all the latest episodes. Leave your comments on the things you want to see in FC26, and I'll do my best to cover a lot of them. This is a personal issue, but it's another thing I want to see changed for FC26. Sometimes as a content creator, I need to start a new save and just quickly sim for a whole season. I like to do this once, not twice, but the game always forces me to do this twice, so it's a waste of time. But I have to go to the calendar and do a full sim, and it doesn't matter if I go all the way to June next year in the save and I set a sim for that, the game will stop to accommodate for this pre-season tournament invite. I don't know why this pre-season invite is so important that it literally stops a calendar sim, but it does. Can they change this? I think they can. Look at this. It just stops and I have to choose or skip a pre-season invite. I don't know why. And it's not like the save continues simming after that. I have to do it all over again. What a waste of time. You can literally calendar sim your way through matches, cup finals, transfers, all the other stuff. But for some reason that pre-season tournament invite is so important, it just stops your calendar sim right away. Now it's time for some real face suggestions. We always talk about high potential players that need a real face in the game. And our first one is Hator from Ajax. This guy is 18 years old, plays as a left back, 76 overall, 88 potential. Unfortunately in FC25 he does not have a real face. I think EA and Ajax are partners. I could be wrong, but I think they are, so maybe we'll get one in the future. eFootball has given him a real face already. Konami always gives these kinds of players real faces before EA does. The second player we have today is Giorgio Scalvini from Atalanta. This guy is 20 years old, a centre-back, and he's got a 78 overall with an 88 potential. In FC25, I think the hair looks pretty good. It's pretty realistic there, but the face is not scanned. It's one of those maybe cranium faces, I think they call it. eFootball has given him a real face already. I believe Atalanta is a partner with Konami, so that's why. Next up is Marco Carnesecchi from Atalanta as well. This guy is a goalkeeper, 24 years old, 83 overall, 88 potential. Unfortunately for him in FC25, I believe he does not have a real face. Even though the generic faces are getting better this year because of the cranium technology, there's nothing like a scanned face. eFootball already has a real face for him, but like I said, Atalanta and Konami are partners. Another thing I want to see in FC26 is licensed goalkeeper kits in Creator Club career mode. We can customize the home, the away, the third kit, and also the goalkeeper kit. With the first three here, you can do branded kits, so you can have Adidas, Nike, Puma, New Balance, I think as well. There's a few other ones there as well. But when we take a look at the goalkeeper kits, what happened to the licensed jerseys? What happened to the branded kits? You end up with these generic jerseys, which do not look good at all. They ruin the experience. Look at this. You can select that kit for a keeper, which has no brand on it, but then you can have Adidas jerseys for the outfield players. I don't know what happened to the goalkeeper kits. How come they can't license the keeper kits? It's a little bit strange. Hopefully we can get some branded goalkeeper kits in FC26. One thing I want to see EA fix in FC26 is the social media in career mode. They updated the news articles this year to some sort of social media feature, but the bugs are still there. It's still broken. In my episodes of FC25 is broken, there's always a social media part. There's so many broken elements to this feature, and they need to just fix it all up for FC26. At the moment, there's posts that just don't make sense. The game would put the wrong photo or the wrong caption or the wrong player. It would say a player is a goalkeeper when they're not. I'm not sure what's going on with the social media at the moment, but it's really a waste of time reading them because it's fake news. So hopefully one day EA can fix this, because for many years we all know that the news articles, the news tiles, the social media now is full of bugs and is pretty broken. Another thing I want to see in FC26 is the ability to use icons as managers in career mode. We all know that if you play as a real player or create a player, you can retire that player in player career mode and use them as a manager in manager career. With the icons though, EA has not given us that feature. Let's do an example here, maybe with Brazilian Ronaldo. We'll start a player career with him. You would think that you could just press the triangle button to retire the player, confirm your retirement, and then it would take you into manager career mode. You would get job offers and go from there. But this year, if you use an icon and you retire him, EA already thought of this. They just boot you out and you go back to the home menu of FC25. Why is that? Come on. This has to be a feature coming to FC26 career mode, because there's no reason why EA would block this feature. You even have Zidane as a manager on the sidelines in your home menu, but you can't use him in career mode as a manager. Do you know how many people would love to have Beckham as their manager in manager career mode, or Zidane, or Drogba, Ronaldo? The only thing I can think of at the moment as to why this wouldn't be a feature in the game is the fact that they're going to bring it into FC26 career mode. This is such a missed opportunity here. A lot of people would do this. Retire an icon, use them as a manager in the game. Let's talk about national teams next, because Lucas says, I only want more African national teams in FC26. Teams like South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, or even Algeria. Liquid last year said that they wanted more national teams in the game. Not even 32 national teams in the game is insane. I want them to slowly add more and more national teams, and it doesn't even need to be licensed. It seems like the number of national teams in the game gets reduced every year. In FC25 now, I think we've got about 29 national teams, which is not much. This year we've got Argentina, Croatia, Czechia, Denmark, England, Finland, France, Germany, Ghana, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Mexico, Morocco, Netherlands, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Romania, Scotland, Spain, Sweden, Ukraine, United States, and Wales. That's about it. I don't think you could even do a fake World Cup tournament with the number of available national teams here. There's no Australia, there's no Belgium as well. There's a lot of missing national teams. I remember the World Cup games that EA used to have every single country in the world, pretty much. And you could do the whole qualifying stage with them, take them to the World Cup as well. eFootball, which is a free game, has more national teams than EAFC. If you go to Europe here, look how many national teams are there. So many to choose from. Half of these teams aren't even in FC25. Look at that, so many options. And then we go to a different continent like South America, and you go to the national teams, you can see there's a lot more selection there. Now, some of these teams are not going to have, obviously, the licensed kits and all that, but who cares about that? Some people just want the team. If we go to North and Central America, you can see the US, Canada, Honduras as well, Panama, Jamaica. If we go to Asia, Oceania, and we go down to national, you can see all these different countries available to use in the game, including Australia. And then if we go to the last one here, which is Africa, and we go to national, you can see all these different African nations here. And that's what Lucas said. They would love to see this in FC26. So we're going to talk about stretches next. This is another little thing that I would like to see. So we all know in FC games, sometimes the player gets severely injured and they need to come off straight away. It doesn't really happen too often for me, but sometimes it does happen. And sometimes I'd like to see people running on the field with stretchers, picking the guy up and taking him off the field, and I think that would look pretty cool. You'll see an injury cutscene on FIFA 21 when a player goes down to the ground. You'll see the ref come to check on him, a couple players as well, and you see the guy, on the floor in pain, but you don't see any stretchers come to get him. It sort of just ends right there. Like, I'd like to see stretchers run onto the field, pick up the guy, take him off the field, and then you have to sub someone else on. Even PES 2004 had stretcher cutscenes in their game. At the moment, you don't see that in the game, so I would like EA to add that in. You see it in real life, so why not in this game as well? Thank you to my Vapex FC channel members, Chris, Callum, Wing, and Duffy Boy. If you want your name here, make sure you sign up using the link in the description. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like for me, make sure you subscribe for more episodes, and hit the thumbnail in the middle to watch another FC25 video.